Okay, here we are just reviewing key concepts in 9-2. I cannot emphasize strongly enough that you need to know these basic rules of exponents. You've got three rules for exponents, and then we've got two kind of key definitions about exponents. All right. If you're multiplying exponents with the same base, then you simply add their exponents. If you are dividing numbers, and they have to have the same base number, these can't be different, then you just subtract. If you're taking a number to an exponent and then raising that to an exponent, you multiply those exponents. Okay, so the standard example would be like x to the third times x to the fourth, all raised to the second. All right, so you'd add these two and get 7, and then you'd multiply by 2. This is equal to x to the 14th. If you're not at all clear, just think about what this means, that x to the third means x times x times x, that you've got 3 of them. So if I'm multiplying by 4 of them, it makes total sense, I hope, that you've got 7. And you're not telling me that that's 12, because there aren't, there are only 7. But then if I'm multiplying this by itself, because squaring means multiplying by itself, I've got 7 here and I've got 7 there, that I've got a total of 14. So a lot of these rules you can work out on your own. Know the definition for a negative exponent. It's nothing than taking that and making it positive by putting it in the denominator. If you see a negative exponent in the denominator, you move it up to the numerator. They just switch places where that division bar is. Okay? So you'll see in an example in a second. We're not going to do that right now, but you'll see that the definition of a fractional exponent is just that the lower number is the root number. So raising x to the 1/2 is like taking the square root of it. That's not a big deal. So this is an example similar to ones found on page 518. Try like number 42 after this one. But there's a lot of stuff going on here. We've got negative exponents. We've got things in parentheses. I would say there's probably 10 ways to do it. Just go slowly and carefully. I look at the negative exponents, and if you circle them and move them up, circle this whole thing and move that down, then you're going to have a problem with no negative exponents. So when this goes down below, it's 2x to the third raised to the second. Well, when I raise something to the second, I multiply by itself. 2 times itself is 4. So actually, I'm going to just save space and do that now. So this becomes 4x to the 6th down below. I get rid of that negative, I make it positive down here. 2 times 3 is 6. Then I've got x to the 5th, and this y to the negative 2 goes up above, and I'll write that there. Y to the 2nd, y to the 4th does not move, and I'm all good. Okay? So now what happens to this? Y to the 4th times y to the 2nd, that's y to the 6th. Down below here, x to the 5th times x to the 6th is x to the 11th, and oops, I forgot that 4y. So I thought I was forgetting something. 4y down below. So then this becomes 4y times 4x to the 11th. Well, 4 times 4 is 16, and I've got 1y down here, which will cancel with 1y up above, so my final answer would be y to the 5th over 16x to the 11th. Okay? So try that number 42 on page 518. Good luck.